Taurus. Welcome to the reading. I went ahead and I shuffled the dice. This is a special spread that I made. It's called Into the Eye. And we're going to take a look at different aspects of not only you, as in how your body, your mind, what you're thinking about, what you want on a soul level, and even how you feel emotionally, but also like relationships, family, home, work, and creative aspects of your life. So without further ado, I already went ahead and shook this and shuffled these, but we'll go ahead and we'll get some more shuffling in. I hope you guys got it if you were here last month. I really appreciate everybody who liked and subscribed. And, ooh, nice. The Hermit. Okay, cool. I feel like there's a need for you guys to go inside, perhaps. Like, inside your bodies. Let's go ahead and pull out your other cards. Ooh, beautiful. Oh, wow. Okay, almost all major arcanas. Okay, let's grab your dice and then we will throw together your energies and see what we can do with any of this. Oh, man. I really like how you guys have, you have a 9 and a 6. And then you have down here a 3. A 3, 6, 9. This is almost like something in your life right now is being led by a higher force, okay? A higher force of good. Because the 3, 6, and the 9, that's all God's number. Ascended Masters. This is all about service to home and family, service to community, world, okay? With the 0. That's pretty dope. Okay, let's pull out and see what your dice were. We're going to start over here in the west, which I have Earth on my wheel, okay? And this is, can talk about your body. You guys have the 5. Okay, let's talk about 5 energies. 5 energies have to do all about change, right? Transition. It can also do with freedom. It's also about sensory experience. So that's touching, tasting, smelling, hearing. So all those things. It also talks about personal freedom. And when it's mixed with your home, in the area of home, it could talk about you wanting to leave your home. You are the hermit, so you might have just left your home and have gone into isolation. Or you're being called to. With the number 9, it's like not only is this like divine wisdom and service to humanity, but this is also about learning to say no. Okay? This might be requiring you to self-sacrifice something this month. But the Hermit card is such a good card because this is all about introspection. I feel like it's almost, it should be a 9, it should be a 7, which is all about solitude. And it's a solitude that brings you higher knowledge, okay? And it's all coming through this wanting for freedom, maybe change and transition. Okay, whether this is forced or not, we're gonna pull advice. Sorry, you guys, I keep bumping you. Let's go ahead and pull advice now, actually, and we'll move around and talk about some other energies. So this is gonna be advice with family or dealing with home. Ooh, nice. Okay, it says release. It says you've been carrying an old resentment, clinging to past their prime wounds, or been holding fast to the faint, nagging echoes of arguments past, arguments present, or in your own mind, arguments future. You are being prompted to release them all. Let this be your assurance that you don't need to carry those burdens anymore. You're not the hardships of your past, and your family connections are only as strong as the resentments you can release. So why not torch those burnt bridges and get this new leaf party started? Okay, so maybe there's a need to go and heal and talk with God about maybe some of these resentments. I mean, some things you can forgive and some things that you might not be able. You can forgive. It's not like everybody that you forgive you need to bring close again into your circle or your energy, okay? You forgive these people so that you can release them from your mind, from your awareness. You know what I mean? Like, so you don't have to focus on that pain anymore. You've grown and become a better person because of it. So let's see. Let's mix these two together. You guys have the 9 for the Hermit. Okay, plus the 5. I hope I didn't change it. I just knocked it. Okay, which is going to give you the 14, which is still, again, advice. 5. There's a need for freedom, okay? There's a need to go and be maybe by yourself. This can talk about, um, lessons through experience, adaptability, non-attachment, individual, being an individual in your own environment, maybe. Okay. Let's talk about some of those -5 energies you might be dealing with in the home or family. It could be people that are being rash or irresponsible, inconsistent, people that are non-committal, maybe thoughtlessness, a fear of change. Okay. So if you are dealing with those -5s here, it's just release. Like sometimes you just have to accept people for who they are. They're not going to change. It is what it is, and you keep it moving. It doesn't mean that you have to, like I said, protect your energy, protect yourself above all else, always. But you always can be like, that's just how they are. It is what it is. Accept people for who they are. Let's move on to what might be going on in your mind, and then also might be might be going on in your work or career. I mean, it could be either or just one. You guys, energies. You guys, there's so many of you that you'll know. So with the 8 energy, right now you might be thinking about all this, thinking about wealth, abundance, okay, generosity. 8s also talk about management. They talk about self-discipline. They talk about manifestation in the material world, manifestations, okay? Also, authority. 8s also are the infinity symbol, the number of karma, the universal spiritual law of cause and effect. And you have the lover. It's mixed with the lovers. So the lovers, as you can see, is all about coming together. When it talks about love, which might be on your mind, Taurus, only you know. I mean, this could be in work situations, like you could be going into partnerships. Right now, you could have found the perfect job, the perfect career, and you feel very abundant and successful, okay? You might have a choice. The lovers in a lot of decks is a choice. It's like a beauty contest. Should I do A or should I do B? So you might be having that decision right now. I think in love situations, it's talking about you're thinking about a person, a love situation. You can see something going, if it is, okay? Because directly across in the fields, which we haven't got here in the I love, it could talk about love. This is just in the feelings, how you're feeling. But it might have to do with you thinking about this person and trying to figure out a plan to build towards them. Okay? Because you're feeling very abundant right now, like so lucky. Either whether it's to do with a job or whether to do with any aspect, whether to do with the home, creative aspects, or love. You guys are just, I mean, the 6, the lovers, you might have a lot of choices in all these different things, but I think with the 8 supporting you, it's really going to be successful and be abundant, okay? Mm. Let's see. So with the 6, again, a 5. Since it's popping up twice, we were just talking about that, right? Freedom, transition, sensory experience. Let's talk about the way it's coming, by way of. So you got the 5 by way of 1 and the 4. 1 is all about independence and creativity. 1 is first jumper. 1 also talks about new beginnings. 4 is all about stability, okay? Control, organization. So it's almost like you want freedom in an individual way that's been organized, if that makes sense. You don't want to just jump into something. Maybe you're planning something. Like down here, there's definitely planning going on. So it might have to do with a person. Like you're really planning on moving towards somebody, which is beautiful. I mean, we might go ahead and see how this person's going to react in the extended, since you have so many major arcana and it's coming up all these changes, all these changes. So let's pull advice for anybody dealing with work right now, any kind of work stuff. Because we'll move to love and pull some advice for love and relationships. And then, of course, we have extended for the love and relationships. So for your work and career, it says fulfillment. It says, I set my sights on a totally fulfilling life and will settle for nothing less. Jobs are like relationships, and I can always choose to break up and move on knowing that something more satisfying and blissful is around the corner. It must be, right? Because I've looked everywhere else, and how many places can bliss and satisfaction possibly be hiding? Fulfillment. Beautiful. So let's go ahead and move on to the east where we have fire, okay? This can not gonna bleh. This not only can talk about creative pursuits, but it can talk about what your soul wants, so subconscious wants. And you guys have the Fool here with the 2, okay? Yeah, I mean, I just get a lot of wanting to move forward. There's a lot of maybe feeling stuck. Maybe Taurus, September, you've been feeling stuck, and there's a lot of movement moving towards freedom, okay? For some of you, it might just be simply like going on vacation. Maybe you just need a vacation with all these 5s. With creative things, you just want to go out, and if for some of you, it is try new things. You want to go out on a ledge. You want to just take a leap, leading by either your instincts or yeah, just your instincts. Whether no matter if you're masculine or feminine energy, your instincts are leading you. Maybe or you want to in a situation just leap, take just a leap of faith. Ooh, sorry, mi amor. It's my frog's name. You guys have it mixed with the 2. 2s talk about cooperation. This is about also talk about sensitivity. It can talk about balance, duty, service, being a peacemaker, partnerships and relationships with 2s. And again, you have that because the Fool is a 0. So 2 is going to be your strength also. So trying to be in balance in yourself with if it has to do with any aspect in your life, at home, in your mind and your thinking, or in your job, you know what I'm saying, in your body, over here in your emotions and in your relationships, your creative pursuits, any kind of negotiations that you have going on, making sure you have balance, peace, negotiation, making sure it's fair, okay? What else? To talk about sensitivity. Let's talk about the negatives of 2s, just, in case you could be dealing with people that are indifferent, or you might be feeling, if you have, because any of these negative energies could be you. You're only human, and you shouldn't feel like if you're being indifferent, or if you're being hesitant or fearful, you shouldn't feel bad about this, okay? We're going to pull some advice, and it's all about switching that energy to being more, instead of being more fearful, be more cooperative. Like, why am I fearful? Okay, well, let's negotiate with myself, having a lack of balance. So maybe finding balance. When you're feeling indifferent or maybe taking and trying to focus, finding that 4. I really don't think, Taurus, you're really having that issue. It might just be other people. Like, also, people take inability to take responsibility is all about the 2 backwards, okay? 2s in tarot can talk about patience, reflection, duality. So let's go ahead and pull some advice for creative pursuits. Any kind of creative pursuits that Taurus are doing for September to help switch that energy to keep us moving forward. It says open mind. It says, I take an easy breezy open mind, knowing that inspiration often pops up in unlikely places. Rather than write off new experiences as not for me, I'll lean into them with all my might and dare people, places, and things to surprise me. If the surprise is welcome and or head spinning, it might just change my life. And if it's not, well, at least I'll get a good story out of it. So open your mind. Oh, wow. Take a leap of faith and open your mind, and some aspect in your life, you guys will know. You guys will know. So let's move on to love, your emotions, okay? So in your emotions, you could feel just very stable, okay? 4s talk about focused, effort. You might be putting an effort in a relationship. You feel very focused in your feelings or your relationships around you. It's not only love, romantic relationships, but of course it can. But it can just deal with friendships, maybe family. Family deals because it touches. It could deal. You know what I mean? I think though with these, you might actually, Taurus, be away from, like, say, family that's bothering you right now, but maybe be with a family that you made. So a husband, a wife, a friend, like I said, that love relationship, but not necessarily. So it could be you guys feeling stable in your friendships, and you and your friends are planning something here, getting together and collaborating. It could be you and a partner in a relationship that are building towards something. You guys are collaborating. It could just be the threes talk about ascended masters. Okay, it talks about that joyful, loving light, God, I am that I am, whatever you want to call that energy source coming in and being in those relationships and touching you in some way, helping to build stability. Okay, with the 4 and 3, you guys get a 7 again. I don't know why I felt like you guys had a 7. There was like a need for solitude. It was because of the Hermit, but it's a 9. But it still feels like maybe you need to go with this special someone and seek solitude away from everybody else. Okay? So, let's talk about any negatives. So, let's talk again about positives. So, the 7 energy holds that faith and spirituality, it holds that inner knowing, self discovery, introspection, okay, solitude. Also, being ahead of the times. So, you guys might be ahead of the times in some way with your relationships or in your love, you know, with your love relationships. Let me think. Any kind of negative 7 energies could be depression. Okay, it could be some pride, ego, being antisocial, being inactive, maybe a lack of persistence. Being unable or unwilling to share ideas, but I don't feel like that's going to be you. If you do have somebody that's doing that in relationships, let's pull some advice on maybe how you can help deal with that. So, I mean, the advice would be to focus on people that aren't acting that way. I mean, depression, sometimes you have to go into the darkness to find the light. So it's kind of, they might be dealing with their things. Just try to be a good friend. But, and if, of course, if you're dealing with this, seek help if you need help. I mean, of course, I wish that people were more sensitive. I always felt like if people could see, it's like people that are in a wheelchair, others around them, society can see that, say they're trying to get over a curb and they're struggling to get over that curb. If you're that nice person, or just a person in general, and you can see that they need help, you might go over there and help. Their injury is noticeable. The sympathy that they get is noticeable because it is visible to the world. With mental things and like emotional things and hormonal things, it's almost like people have less sympathy, and they shouldn't, because those are just, they're not like handicaps, but they're injuries that need healing. Do you know what I'm saying? So don't ever make people feel like you don't have to talk about your problems and stuff like that, but also know that, yeah, like I get it. People should be, if it was more visible. It's a shame, right? But it's true. Anyways, let's go on. Let's see any advice for relationships right now. Okay, so it says support. It says, I look to the vast network of support in my life, and I'm reminded of what a superpower it gives me. At any moment, I can call on an army of top-notch people who want the best for me, which means I'm basically invincible. Take that, loneliness. Run for the hills, boredom. I'm sorry, what did you say to me? Passive, all-consuming anxiety? Damn right you didn't. Sorry. I'm trying to look at all these Merlins in here. I feel like, and all these witches. It's funny how it came up witches. I feel like if there is something going on with you and your friends and you guys are concentrating on a project right now, I feel like you guys are going to be finding success in that. Okay? You guys are going to be all on your game right now. With that. Okay? It could be in love relationships if it's you and your significant other, or if it's just you and a friend. You guys will know. So let's pull your main advice. The 10 energy. Whoop, whoop, whoop. It rolled to a 22, which is another 2. So you just guys have a lot of 5s and 2s. But here, it was straight up 2. And this was a 10. So you have a 1, but by way of the Magician and the Fool, which is about having all the tools you need and also being able to take a leap of faith. So it's almost like you're going to have support from the universe in doing whatever that is. You guys know, whether it's love, whether it's a job, whether it's, a new home. I'm really excited for you guys, Taurus. So let's talk about once real quick. This is all about independence, right? Individuality. This is about creating your own reality. This is about movement forward, uniqueness. Okay, let's pull new beginnings, just new beginnings. But let's go ahead and pull some advice. Whoop! That one just all kinds of fell on the floor, but we're grabbing it. Hold up. Hold it. Okay, it says, as I maintain a detailed vision of what I desire, I become one with my desires. It says, by creating a vision, you set a focus for where you are heading in life. If you follow the direction of your vision, you will create the life of your dreams. If you fail to create your own vision, others will make it for you by placing ads, commercials, billboards, religions, politics, traditions, and spray tan machines around you. Do yourself a solid and define your future without outside influences. Believe, take relevant action, and your vision will become your reality. Beautiful. So we're going to go ahead and pull your song, and we're going to do a preview. So we'll see you in just a second, you guys. Okay, Taurus, so we're back with your song. And the song that I got you guys, or I channeled for you guys, is called Till I Collapse by Eminem. This song is all about standing strong.